welcome to episode 9. I've had so much fun making this series, I really have, and like I said in episode 1, pretty much every single episode moving on, this is by far my favorite game ever. It really, really is, and I don't know if it's evident or not, but I'm trying to showcase how much I love this game just by talking to you guys. And thank you so much for the recent comments that I've gotten. It really does mean a lot, and yeah, it just means so much to me that people are actually taking the time out of their day to watch this. So, to get into episode 9, what I think we're going to do is we are going to go over to Ujits, and find this dude with a limp. That's exactly what we're going to do. And try and progress the story just a little bit further. We might do a side quest as well, but that's the plan for now. So if you guys are enjoying this series so far, I'd greatly love to hear what you love about it, and maybe what I can improve or what I can add, just to make it a little bit more entertaining for you guys. Or if you guys just want to see raw gameplay, that's fine too. I don't have to always fast forward clips. I can put in some nice little riding scenes with just the sounds and visuals of the game. I don't necessarily have to talk in a long riding scene. So if that's something you guys like to see, I'm perfectly fine with doing that too. So there's a few things I wanted to touch on in this video. Number one, this game means so much to me. I know I said it in, I believe, episode 2, but it really did save my life. I was in a very, very dark place in 2018, and everything about this game pretty much removed me from my own reality and allowed me to really escape it and transform myself. Not necessarily transform myself, but put me into Henry's shoes, and allow me to view life from a different perspective, essentially. I've always been fascinated with history and everything like that, so it was a good middle ground for me. I was able to find a game that I truly loved and play it. And I sunk a lot of hours into it. I originally got it on Microsoft Store when it launched. I guess no, I didn't, because I was one of the first players. I forget how I bought it, but I sunk a lot of hours into it. And then I got it on Microsoft Store, and I sunk easily 500 hours into it. Completed the story about 6 times on that. And then finally I decided to buy it on Steam, and I have about 300 hours now on this. So, needless to say, I wouldn't necessarily call myself a pro at this game, but I absolutely love it. And yeah, it's a shining. What am I gonna say? It's a shining star. No, I guess it is a shining star in a way, but it's more of a diamond in the rough. You know, you have so many games out there that really don't showcase what game developers can really do, and this game is one of them. If not the only one that I can really think of off the top of my head that really shows everybody what dedicated developers can make. And that's exactly what this game is. It's a thing of passion, a thing of love. And I can't thank Warhorse Studios enough for making this, and for making KCD 2, which I am extremely excited for. So with that, we're going to continue on to Ujits, and I will see you guys when we get there.
Yeah.
Holy. Those might be the bandits that were attacking Ginger. Kinda... Oh no. Do I risk it? Do I risk it? Oh man. I don't know. Oh, they're following me. Can I help you? Hello. Suspicious man at arms. They're not talking to me. Alright. Well, if they're not going to talk to me, I guess I'll just leave them be. Those definitely look like bandits, though. But if they're not attacking me, I'm not going to attack them. Kinda just wanted to talk to them. Alrighty. On the road, back to Ujits. Well, this is something. What it is, I don't know, but we're not going to stop and check just yet. We might come back and check this out, but yeah. Onward. Oh, just gained a horsemanship skill. That's alright. Perfect. Tell you what, man, the scenery in this game is just next level cool. They really did do a number on this game, and it really does show. I see Ujits in the distance there, so we'll just continue on here. There it is. Alright. We're here. Guess we'll look around for anything suspicious and try and find this guy with a limp. If he's even here, I don't know. He might have not came back, but we'll see what we see. As the scholars put it. I know that's not what scholars say. They say stuff a little bit more sophisticated, but I am saying we will see what we will see. Let's continue on down this hill and see what we come across. It's a nice little town, though. Ujits, it's a pretty nice little town. It's kind of weird, you know, with it being built on two hills, but it's quite cool in real life. It's the exact same layout. The church is still over there. Everything is pretty much still here. Oh, what's that? I'll try and put up I'll put a link or something, or a screenshot of the town of Ujits here, and it's quite cool. It's very cool. Let's stop and see what this is about. I might take off some stuff because I don't really want to be intimidating people. We're gonna take that away. I really don't like those boots, so I think we're going to bring back our old boots, even though I know they're a little bit roughed up. That's what we're gonna do. So let's unequip those, move them, and old boots. Perfect. Alrighty. Let's go see what's going on over here.
Move along, citizens. Move along. There's nothing to see here.
That's what you call nothing to see. I'd like to know what something to see looks like.
By the keys of St. Peter, this is all I need. We'll have to send word to Sir Hanush.
That might not be necessary.
Who are you?
I'm Henry of Skalitz, in the service of Hanush's Captain Bernard. I'm investigating the attack at Neuhof, and I think this could be related.
Well, I'm the bailiff of Auschwitz. And I say we don't want any of that kind of trouble around here. What makes you think this has anything to do with Neuhof?
One of the folk at the stud farm recognized someone from Auschwitz among the bandits.
We have no bandits or murderers around here.
Really? They say he had a limp?
Shit. Well, allow me to introduce you. To Limpy Lubosh. Or all that's left of him.
Sacre. Nothing's ever easy. I'll have to take a look around and ask a few more questions, if that's all right with you.
You can take this mess off my hands and welcome to it. As for what else there is to find out, I don't know. But look and ask all you like.
Who was Limpy Lubosh?
A poor crofter and a scoundrel. Can't say I'm too surprised what happened to him. He kept company with all sorts of vermin. He was always getting into some kind of trouble. Punch-ups in the tavern and what have you.
How come he limped?
He got that from some villainy or brawl a long time ago.
Has he been up to anything suspicious lately?
I don't know. The last few days he didn't go anywhere. He was home the whole time. But he always kept everyone in the village at arm's length.
Did he have any kith or kin in the village?
None. A loner he was. I don't know the last time I saw him with anyone.
Do you happen to know where he was on the night of the Neuhof raid?
I've no idea. He kept his distance from other folk, so you never knew if he was away or holed up at home.
When did you find the body? And did anyone see anything?
Just now, and nobody saw or heard anything. I don't know how they could gut him like that without someone hearing him scream.
I want to learn to read. Who should I go and see?
There's a retired scribe in Uzhitz. He could teach you.
Well, I think I know what we're doing today. I think we're gonna go learn how to read. And then also talk to these fine people and see if they know anything. It's, jeez. Bloody handprint. Looks like he was dragged or whatever. We'll check that out shortly. But first we're going to talk to these people.
My respects to you.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
I don't know anything about it, but ask all you want.
That man Lubosh who was murdered, what was he like?
I didn't really know him. He kept to himself, even in the tavern.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Come to think of it, he was in church yesterday. He was even talking to the priest and went to confession. I was wondering what he was up to take to the faith all of a sudden. But I suppose no sin's too dark for God's mercy.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
I was coming from the tavern very late that night, and I caught a glimpse of someone entering the village. He looked like he was in a hurry. It was only a shadow against the sky, but after what happened, I wouldn't wonder.
Do you know anyone Lubosh used to spend time with? Relatives or friends?
Not with anyone from the village. He used to sit in the tavern next to us sometimes, but he never said much.
That's all. Thank you.
Take care now.
Well, okay, that's something. He was with the priest yesterday. That could come in handy. I guess we'll go in here and check it out. My goodness. Wow.
Lord above, they did a hell of a job on him. Must have been agony. How come no one heard anything? What's this? Looks like someone's hit him very hard on the head. Could they have bludgeoned him to death and then gutted him? That would explain why he didn't scream. An inscription in blood. It's a pity I don't know how to read. Looks like they wanted to give someone a warning, but who? And a bandit who knows how to write isn't something you see every day.
Okay. What's that? An ordinary tarred jacket.
Armour? Well, it seems Lubosh wasn't your everyday crofter. And judging by the bloodstains, it looks like he lived the way he died.
Weird. Okay. Let's just continue looking around. See if we can see it. What's that?
A sword. What the hell does an Ujit's crofter need a weapon for? And where did he get it?
Okay. I wonder if... No. I don't know. I don't think Lubosh will be needing anything else in this house. So maybe we'll lockpick this and see if there's anything in it. For the investigation, of course. For the investigation. That's what we'll tell the bailiff. Let's check it out. Let's see. Is there anything investigation related in here? It says rob. Oh, I don't know. I guess we'll take that stuff. Should we take the bandages too? Yeah. Yeah, we'll take the bandages too. Alright. Let's I don't think, no. There's nothing really here. Nothing really that points to the death of Limpy Lubosh, I guess his name is. Alright, well, I guess we'll head up to the church and talk with that priest. And then maybe learn how to read if the priest can't give us anything. So let's go do that. Man. Poor Lubosh. Poor Limpy Lubosh. Alright. Where's the church? Where's the priest? I don't know. Where's the priest? Well, I guess... Oh, there he is. Hello? What's he doing? Gonna eat in his garden, I guess. Unless he's... What's he doing? Well, you know what? We're not gonna bother him right now. Let's go learn how to read. And then we'll come back to the priest after he's done his lunch or breakfast or whatever it is. So yeah. We'll go do that. And yeah, it's gonna be a great episode, I feel. I think this is one of my favorite missions right here. So it's gonna be quite fun. And I really hope you guys are enjoying this episode. Yeah, just tell me what you think, and again, if you'd like me to do long rides where I don't really say anything, please let me know, because I'm totally fine to do that. I really am. I do feel personally like the fast forwarding kind of takes away from the atmosphere of this game, in the whole grand scheme of things. But you know, to cut down on recording time, or rather rendering time, it does help me out a little bit. But I know that it can hinder the viewing experience. So please do let me know and what you want, or if it's fine the way it is, that's perfectly fine too. Alrighty, let's see what this scribe's up to. Hello, sir.
Jesus Christ be praised.
I'd like to learn to read.
You? You don't look like the makings of a priest or clerk. But why not? I've taught all sorts. Bear in mind, it won't be all that easy. You'll need plenty of time and a few groschen for my trouble.
All right. I don't want to waste time. We can get started. The sooner I master it, the better.
Very well. I will require some groschen from you, though, and set aside at least a couple of days so I can put you through your paces, if indeed time is of the essence.
Here are your groschen.
Then we may as well start. No. He did break his vow, but better than to dishonor it here. May he follow his heart. Wake up, lad. It's time we were getting on. So, let's see you read a bit. There's a book here on the table. Try to read it.
Will I manage?
You ought to be able to. It's a simple text. Come back once you've worked your way through it.
Alrighty. We can do that. Let's read this book and yeah. Oh my. Let's see. One day a countryman, going to the nest of his goose, found there an egg, all yellow and glittering. When he took it up, it was heavy as lead, and he was going to throw it away. Because he thought a trick had been played upon him, but he took it upon himself on second thought, and soon found out, to his delight, that it was an egg of pure gold. Oh, it's the goose, what is it, the beanstalk one? I don't know. As he grew rich, he grew greedy, and thinking to get once all the gold the goose could give, he killed it and opened it only to find nothing. Oh, okay, so it wasn't that story, but that reads as if greed is almost like the pathway to death, or greed will only kill you kind of thing. Well, let's go report back to the scribe, I guess. Alright.
I've read the book.
Wonderful. So tell me, what have you learned?
That being greedy doesn't pay.
Excellent. You're one of my most talented pupils. You've uncovered the meaning hidden in the letters. Like I told you, books are valuable, and the words that you place in them ought to be no less so.
Does that mean that I can read then?
Yes, you have the foundation. Remember, my boy, the pen is mightier than the sword. To fully learn your way around words will take a lot more reading yet. Now we'll move on to the second lesson, which will be much harder. Many books are written in Latin, the language of erudite and religious men. If you really want to be able to read, there's no getting away from Latin. There's a book on the table with some text. Read it and then come back. You need not understand it, but you should master the letters.
I only just managed the fable about the goose, and now you're asking me to tackle Latin.
You're a clever lad. You'll manage.
Well, Henry might manage, but I don't know if I will. That's as an English-only speaker, I don't really know if I can read Latin, but let's give it a try. No, I'm not even gonna try. I see something est libre, tam malsu, ut non aliqua, parte prosit. Yeah, no, I'm not trying anymore. I'm just gonna butcher that, and that's not something we need right now. Oh, wow, he moved quick. All right, let's talk to him.
I read the page.
So tell me, Distrupule, what's written there?
Nullus est liber tam malus, ut Non lique parte prosit.
Good heavens! Don't tell me you haven't had lessons before. Excellent. Well, there's nothing more I can teach you. Congratulations. You can go and be ordained right away.
Thank you, Domine. I'm feeling a lot wiser.
Alrighty. Henry has learned how to read. That's fantastic. Alrighty, let's head back to the priest over there and see if he can help us in this search. Or I guess we already found Lubosh, into searching for Lubosh's killers. Maybe. Oh, what in God's name? Okay. Alright. That's a priest like I've never seen before. He is fighting with a sword. Or not fighting with a sword, training with a sword. Okay. Oh, man. Oh, man, I love Father Godwin. He's so cool. He is so cool. Alright, let's talk to him. Okay. Okay, please don't hit me, Father. Please don't hit me. Okay. Hello? Don't hit me. Don't hit me. Okay. Stop, man. Hey.
The blessings of our good Lord be with you, Father. I'm here in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa, investigating the massacre at Neuhof, which seems to be connected to a murder here. Can I ask you a few questions?
It seems Sir Hanush is employing children as investigators. But ask as you wish, boy. I hope this nasty business will be cleared up quickly.
Did you know Lubosh? What was he like?
Bit of a lost soul. Simple, rough fellow, but at heart I don't think he was such a bad person.
Did you notice anything suspicious recently?
My child, all sorts of suspicious things have been going on recently. People like Lubosh don't know what to do about it, and sometimes they do stupid things.
That's really not a lot of help to me, Father.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing on the day Neuhof was raided?
Unfortunately, I do know. And I'd like to help you with your investigation, but I can't.
What?
I'm bound by certain vows that forbid me to tell you.
Vows more important than catching dangerous murderers?
There are laws of God above the laws of man, son, and one of those is the sanctity of the confessional.
Father, surely you can't be serious. There must be situations in which you can make an exception.
There are things that apply always, no matter what the circumstances, and this is one of them.
For heaven's sake, Father, can you really look me in the eye and tell me that, when you know you may be condemning innocent people to death?
I can, because if I broke that vow, the consequences would be much worse than if I didn't. Maybe not immediately, but one day. The mills of God grind slowly.
Father, Lubosh was my only lead to the Neuhof raiders. Only he could tell me who was responsible for that massacre. If I don't find out who it was, it will probably happen again. Surely you wouldn't want that.
I wouldn't. But I can't betray the sanctity of the confessional. I'll tell you what. Give me some time and I'll try to think up some way of helping you. Suppose we talk it over in the evening, in the tavern, over a cup of good wine. Maybe we'll come up with something.
All right. Thank you, Father.
May the Lord watch over you.
All right. I guess we're gonna drink with the father tonight. All right. Let's maybe we'll go into the tavern here and just wait until he comes there. I guess I don't really know what time it is right now or what. Do we try to go 1 for 4? Oh, not right now. Not right now. Let's stick on mission. Come on. All right. I guess we'll just sit in here and let time pass, and then. Excuse me. Yeah, let's do that.
I'll bring it right away. There. Satisfied?
Oh, man, I guess I passed out. Oh, okay.
Here we are.
Alright, I guess we'll talk to the father. Oh, man.
Two good
Hey,
neighbors,
I gotta stop falling asleep in taverns. This is getting ridiculous.
I'm sorry I can't tell you everything. But maybe we can work something out. But first I'd like to hear something about you, my son. With whom do I have the honor? Where are you from?
I'm from Skalitz.
Oh, I'm sorry. What about your kin?
They're dead.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Here, we'll drink to them. It must have been terrible.
It was terrible. It seemed so pointless. We had no warning. They just appeared and began the slaughter. God knows why. They killed anyone who didn't make it to the shelter of the castle. My parents, my girl, even the Deutsch who was on Sigismund's side. I didn't make it to the castle. I wanted to try and help my parents, but there was nothing I could do. Then I fled to Talmberg with the Cumans on my heels. They almost killed me. They slaughtered people in the surrounding villages. There's a pile of bodies in front of the church in Rovna. Folk who tried to take refuge there, but they...
One ale.
My poor child. May God grant them eternal rest. And how did you come to get this assignment? I'd have expected Sir Hanish to send that old grouch Bernard.
He did, but I found a witness and the trail led here to Ujitz, so he sent me here to follow it up.
Ah, well, congratulations. It's nice to see someone using their head to find things out instead of torture. We'll have to drink to that. Now the most important thing. What actually happened at Noel? The good folks hereabout are saying all kinds of terrible things, but I take most of it with a pinch of salt.
The rumors aren't exaggerated this time, unfortunately. The Neuhof stud farm was raided by bandits, but they didn't come to pillage or even take the horses.
Here. Enjoy.
They only wanted to kill. They maimed the horses and slaughtered
I'll
some
bring it right
people.
away.
I'm sure they would have killed more, but the bandits quarreled among themselves and broke off the attack. And judging by what's left of our Lubosh, they're still settling accounts.
I see it's every bit as bad as people claimed. Dreadful. Well then, here's to those poor souls who had to die so pointlessly and so terribly.
I've told you all about me. Now it's your turn, Father. You don't look much like our parish priest at home. I noticed you're pretty handy with a sword. I wouldn't expect that of a man of the cloth.
You know what they say. The Lord moves in mysterious ways.
But this is a bit more mysterious than others.
Let's just say I haven't always been a priest. Fate led me to places where affairs were settled by force. These days, of course, it's just a bit of exercise to keep me in shape.
Well, we've had an agreeable chat, but now let's get down to business. So, about this confessional seal. Do you really want more innocent people to die?
Henry, that's not how it works. There are matters in which you can't make exceptions because if you do it once, you'll forever be tempted to do it again. If people stop believing in the church because their confessional secrets are betrayed, they won't trust anyone, and that's worse than even the most hideous crime.
I understand, but that means I've reached a dead end. Those cutthroats will strike again, and I can't stop them.
Chin up, lad. I might have a solution.
What?
If I tell you what Lubosh told me, I'd be betraying the confessional secret. But, first thing tomorrow, I'll try something I think might help you.
Word of honor?
Pleasure.
On my soul.
I always wondered about the things a priest tells his congregation.
The best
Where do you get the ideas for your sermons?
Well, Ujitz is in Prague. It's not enough to instruct people. They have to be entertained, too. If I only read from the Bible, I'd soon be preaching to an empty church.
Our priest wasn't exactly a bard. So what do you preach to your flock about?
It has to be something topical. Condemning vices. And, of course, describing them in detail. The tongue-lashing about the two popes goes down well these days. And stories from real life, with a nice moral to them, are popular as well. Especially if they're about fornication and similar scandalous vices.
Can you give me an example?
Well, recently a priest by the name of Jan Hus started preaching in Prague, in the Czech language, and the people liked it. I hear he always has a full house. A journeyman who heard him told me what Hus is preaching, and I like the sound of it. I'm thinking about putting it in my own repertoire.
What's so amazing about it?
The preaching of Master Jan Hus about Mother Church. The lamentable wealth in which the church is drowning has turned to poison, and nearly the whole of Christendom is contaminated. Just like a flock of hungry ravens, they settled on this land to devour every grain of gold and silver. They know no mercy. Their hearts are corrupted by longing for wealth, and they shamelessly profit from everything. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay and you will have absolution.
A tankard
What if
here.
the devil himself were to pay? Would he ascend to heaven too? With such money gained from the poor, they buy beautiful horses to ride and needless servants to pamper them. They gamble at dice and dress their whores in expensive furs, while Jesus Christ walked barefoot and had no place to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too. Amen.
Well, this Jan Hus character is quite a rebel.
Oh, the congregation will love it.
I don't doubt it.
Let's drink to that.
Funny. That last bit reminds me of someone.
What do you mean? My situation's completely different. Huth preaches against the prelates and the clerics who are robbing the poor. Look at me. I don't have a pot to piss in. I'm no better off than the folk I preach to. I'm one with them in poverty and suffering and everything that troubles them. I drink with them and curse those stuffed habits in Sasau Monastery.
Don't you think it's a bit odd when someone boozes and lives in sin with a woman and then criticises the Pope for debauchery?
No, I don't.
What do you think of this Jan Hus?
He's certainly a wise man. A little overzealous for my taste. If he got out of Prague and came here for a look, I'm sure he'd stop condemning drinking and lying with women.
Where can I find out more about his teachings?
You like it? I copied down some of his sermons. If you're interested, you can read them at my presbytery.
What do the common folk think of it?
They like it. They're happy to hear someone say what they think themselves, but are afraid to say aloud. Things that make them angry. And they're calling for change. In a few years, it'll have grown beyond control. You mark my words, the people will rise up, and the church will be shaken to its very foundations.
Yeah, unless they burn him at the stake first.
Nonsense. They can't burn a master of the most respected university in Europe.
Thanks for the sermon, but I think I've been morally uplifted enough. Oh, it's getting quite late. What are your plans, Father?
What do you suppose? We have a drink, of course.
One ale over here, please.
Ah, that sounds like a good plan.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Przyszła bida mora lat, to nie ustoi żadnej chlap. Na kraj panuje sej smutek, grudnielo i rano utek, niech już małżeński majstak, do wczera żylne staje prak. Už se jí bojí svatý muži, nechtěl bych bejbě jich kůži. Nám je to jedno a tak si dáme jedno a požadem si hubí jako poslední den. Půjďme se bávy a do rána slávy a pak vypal sudy a posaď se mi sem. Tak posaď se sem a vypal je ven. Ukaž kozy jako vozy, zítra je tu soudnej den. Tak nalej mi hned, ať točí se svět.
Enough of this!
Bailiff! Come on over here, sit down and have a drink with us.
Don't vex me again, Father. It's 3 hours past dusk, and curfew is long gone.
So what?
So, I'll have you all whipped and put in the stocks?
and I'll write a letter to the bishop about you, priest.
Well, nothing to worry about then. Everyone knows the only one around here who can ride is me.
Enough! Men, throw them out. Oh.
You looking for a fight? Henry, back me up.
I'll kill you.
All right, here we go.
You want to fight? Come and get it. I won't give you any trouble. We'll just have a bit of a punch-up.
Like
So, my dear, wouldn't you like to have a little ring on the bell? No sooner said than done.
I'd love to. And Henry, too, I'm sure. Right, Henry?
Stop that nonsense, Godwin. Are you out of your mind? What will people say?
They can say what they like. What do I care? What do they do to me? Watch the step, my dears. Careful, you don't hurt yourself.
Godwin,
Here we are. Look at this beauty.
Oh. We can't do this, can we?
Who says? Get ringing, wench.
This is wonderful.
Ah, bloody oath. And now, my dears, comes the climax of the evening.
Godwin, you old goat.
Come here. Oh.
The priest has mounted up. What do you say, Henry? Shall we take a little ride of our own?
Well, I have to say that was a fine evening.
Godwin, you beast. Get up. Do you hear me? Wake up, you drunkards!
Oh, fucking hell. Where the... Oh, what the... Oh, who the hell are you? Oh, Henry. My great friend, Henry. Didn't we have a wonderful time?
Well, you certainly did, you old lecher. Now you better pull yourself together quick. You haven't much time. There's some water and something to eat on the table there, but if I were you, I would move my hairy arse before my flock eats me alive.
Oh, step on in my head. My guts. Oh, my poor suffering stomach. What was that woman on about? Wait, before my flock eats me alive. I've forgotten something. What have I forgotten?
Where the fuck am I?
What the fuck was it? Oh. Mass! Oh shit, I have to say mass. I gotta say mass. You have to help me.
How? You're the priest.
I can't do it in this state. Maybe the liturgy. But I have to give a sermon as well. Oh, this is a disaster. They're gonna excommunicate me.
I'd like to help you, but...
You can. You can do the sermon for me.
What? So, first I investigate a murder no one wants investigated. Then I drunkenly keep the whole town up all night. And now you want me to preach at them from the pulpit? Do you want them to burn us at the stake?
No. No, I've got it. Suppose that Sir Ratzig's protege. You just came from studying in Prague. And you want to share the words of Master Jan Hus, who you recently heard preaching there. Henry, look. From what I remember, we might have overdone it a bit last night. And if the bailiff or someone else complains about me, the bishop's gonna have my guts for garters. So I'd appreciate it. Stop gaping at me like a stuffed squirrel and start helping.
You're mad. You're stark raving mad.
I'm not. It's a perfect plan. It's flawless. Oh. How about this? If you help me with this, I'll tell you who Lubosh's cronies are.
Well, all right. But I can't make any promises about what'll happen.
No, neither can I.
What do you want me to do exactly?
I'll go and start the liturgy. Then I'll introduce you. You give the sermon I told you yesterday in the tavern, and that's that. No need to drag it out. If it turns out well, I'll tell you what I know about Lubosh.
Christ almighty. Fine then. We have a deal.
Wonderful. Let's get to it then.
Alright guys, so in episode 10, the big double digit, we are going to do that sermon. We're going to end this episode off here. We're going to get dressed into our usual stuff, and then we're going to end it off. But thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really, really, really hope you guys enjoyed this episode. This is by far one of my favorite missions ever. And I genuinely cannot wait to get back into this game and record the sermon, because it is hilarious if you mess it up. But I'm not gonna try and mess it up. I really do want to try and continue on through this playthrough and really get to it. But anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for me for episode 9. Can't believe it. Alright, I will see you guys in episode 10. And you guys have a great night.